Hi. I bet you guys weren't expecting me to make another video on this, but here I am. So, if you guys don't remember or haven't seen, there was this viewer, if you can even call him that. He commented on one of my videos. Specifically the one where I was talking about the Mortal Kombat Mythologies video getting age restricted, and with the whole sexual content thing and how it was bullshit, blah 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 blah. That was literally months ago. I don't even remember when I made that video, but this guy named Tovar the Awesome. I still can't get over that fucking name. But anyways, Tovar the Awesome went out of his way to make a bunch of comments talking about how the game was M-rated, and he wanted to give me all this advice because because he felt like he was some fucking god ascending from YouTube and just thought he had to give me his advice, which I didn't need because I had the situation fixed. I was just literally just letting people know that my video got age restricted, so nobody could see it. For some reason, the rest of the series didn't get age restricted, but only that one did. Anyways, I made a video about him because his comments were so insane that I made a video talking about him and his hypocrisy, because he went on to say things like, I'll post some freaking screenshots on the video so you guys can get the gist of it. I can't remember the whole thing from my head, but he said something about fucking Dr. Disrespect and some other bullshit that had nothing to do with the conversation whatsoever. He clearly is a deranged individual, mind you, from the experience I've had from his comments. What if I told you that it gets even crazier, and not on my part, but something else? I decided today to look more into this guy, Tovar the Awesome, and I wanted to know more about him. The only things that I have shown in clips was him swearing because he was like, you can't swear, or some other bullshit. And so I went and saw on YouTube that someone posted 8 months ago. And what if I told you that Tovar is actually a fucking predator? And what I mean by that is basically there is this YouTube channel here called Parents Beware. They probably just made this channel right as this happened, and it didn't get that much views. So when you go on it, there is all this shit about him and this girl named Lucy. Now, keep in mind, the whole story, this is proof of a lot of things, and we're going to get to this, but keep in mind, we don't have the whole story. But he never posted anything about this or anything regarding this. This is just out there. And this is about him, because I want it, and we're about to get to this right now. So basically, this is his Discord, the Cult of Tovar. This is the application or whatever. I know this is actually his, because when you go, he has a website, believe it or not. I have no fucking clue. No, I'm not going to accept the use of cookies. I don't want any, no. And you can see all these links. You can tell this is him because when you go to his YouTube channel, what do you know? There he is. So when you go on the website, if you go to his Twitter, the Discord's right there. The Cult of Tovar, which is right there. The Cult of Tovar. So let's get into what this is. So right here, there's this person named I ... I don't know who this person could be. Probably just a random viewer or fan. And because like I said, the Discord is gone. And I'm assuming it's gone because of this. Name doesn't seem familiar. I am Flower Power on Twitch. Sorry. How am I your family brother again? You called me sister on stream once. You was like big brother. I don't know what this entails. Kind of fucking weird, but, you know, we'll just go with that. I am trying to protect my stability. If this is who I think it is, I am terrified of you to try to ruin my clarity and stability while still shaking and thinking about the signs through tough love. And what? I'm sorry, I'll leave. I just wanted to know why you were gone. What? And then he goes on to talk about how his grandmother passed away and that there was a celebration of life. And he goes on to ask if I realized the destiny she was trying to teach me. My grandmother was everything, and if that is you, I need to know for sure. Then she goes on to say, I'm sorry your grandma died. Are your intentions good, or are they that will jeopardize my sanity as soon as I have seen it? And I don't know what the fuck is this guy's problem. You can tell just like the way he texts, he's deranged. I don't know if this has to do with like his grandmother dying. I don't know. But he clearly, and you can see this in my videos too. The way he talks is very similar to how he talks in this Discord. You can tell it is him. And she said, I'm sorry I asked you to stream again. No, I am sorry. Don't worry, it will happen again. I wanted to ask you to stream again. And he said, dude, I won't ask that when you're so sad. I will be starting on the most special day, Totally Tovar Tuesday. Well, in the Discord, not on Twitch yet. Thank you for the info. Sorry for your loss. You know, they go on about that. And then he sent some stuff, I'm assuming, about his grandma from his Twitch. Or his Instagram, I'm sorry. Because that is him. That is him right there. So, more proof into seeing that this is him. That is Tovar, 100%. He's right there. So then he goes on about, so it is the one that taught me a valuable lesson on how to be a better person. I don't know what you mean. My mom doesn't let me use her real name for stuff, but I trust you to tell you my real name. I will need to see an ID with tape or something with the personal info before I consider it, but I have learned a lot about how I treat women. So this is where it gets fucking weird. Why are you asking some random viewer, and this is his Discord, why are you asking for an ID? Like, I get you're trying to prove that they're of age, but like as if that's gonna make a fucking difference. But anyways, she says, I don't have an ID. I'm 16. So he says, God fucking damn. And then she sends that gif or whatever. You tried to trick me twice. Why? So, and we'll get to that in a second. What? Why would you try to trick me twice? I'm not tricking anyone. I don't understand what is going on. Last time you were in my chat, you said you were going to be 18 soon. So, okay. Hold on. Before I say anything, let me keep reading. No, I didn't. I'll ask my witness, but given your history, I really can't jeopardize my sanity any longer. You hurt me bad, dude. You almost got my first apartment taken from me. I can't have you directly in my life for my protection. I don't understand. We never talked, but in Twitch, Cat Bador, later on in this chat, she talks about how she has autism and that she's not good at typing, which I can understand. Otherwise, I will need to find a way to contact your mom. What you did to me is extremely illegal and could ruin your life a lot more. What he's referring to, I do not know. Probably catfishing. I mean, anyways, I didn't do anything to you. I am telling you this as a warning, not a threat, because I know you keep bouncing around like a bunny. You think I am someone else. Lucy. Tovar, stop. So he thinks that he's talking to somebody named Lucy. So what we're gathering from this is that we know that he talked to some little girl named Lucy, who obviously, given the information he has given in this, is underage. What do you fucking know? And it gets crazier from here because, like, this isn't even half of it. So he thinks he's talking to someone named Lucy, and we know that she was under the age. So clearly what this is telling us as the viewer, that he clearly had some crazy interaction with an underage girl, and it went wrong, obviously. And because, like, he's talking about multiple times how it clearly almost ruined him. Now, I have no idea if this person is Lucy. But we'll get to that more in a bit here, because more in the video we start to see some different a whole different side to this whole conversation. He does a bunch of question marks, and then I do not know who Lucy is. How do we know? Who's we? It's just you. Please stop. You're scaring me. Okay, sorry. How did we meet? You was shout out at me in Twitch chat. You was just nice to me and I missed you. Okay. No stream for 6 weeks. Sorry. I don't want to talk anymore. Because she died on the 31st of May, I am sorry. I had someone do something awful to me, which he's clearly talking about this Lucy. Something that almost made me die before she did. I'm sorry people do awful things to you, but you was just really scary. Please don't die. I won't. I like you. You're a cool person. Just the person who did that to me talks exactly like you. She lied to me, and I blindly trusted it. So please forgive my self-protection. So again, to add on to this, he's clearly, like, on high alert. Because, again, we know that he talked to somebody named Lucy that was underage. So we know that something happened between them. I'm not good at typing on or writing because I'm autistic. I will try to text more right. Okay, but I need you to reapply. You need to only be a fan. Given your age, I want nothing misinterpreted. Oh, I'm sorry. I just see you as a big brother because you're smart and strong. At some point, you will be required to show your face for access into stuff. I don't know if this is a Discord thing. You guys are going to have to tell me, because what Discord has ever done this shit? Because I don't know anything that has ever done this. The whole ID thing, the whole showing your face, showing who you are if you're a fan. Who needs stuff like that in their fan base? Why do you need to see all of this? What is the purpose of any of this? I never understood this. And most people that have done this were people who were predators, so. Okay, I'll ask my mom. Did you get the reason? I guess this is the person, and they got rejected to the Cult of the Tower, or Cult of the Tovar, I'm sorry. Did you get the reason? Either way, remain a follower for now. When you see me streaming again, I will do it. It says rejected. Okay, I will reapply now. No. I was testing something. Okay, look, I fucked up bad. I am working on the server. It's going to be sick. But when I stream on Twitch again, you will see. So join it later. Okay, can I add you as my friend? Sure, I will keep you informed. That's it. Oh, by the way, donating will get you some great gifts. Him asking her to fucking donate, like, literally the rest of this is just talking about, like, donating and, you know, getting into his Discord. So this is where it starts getting even crazier. So they went on to say goodnight, and this is where it gets crazier. Literally, like, at the same day, literally hours later, then he gets this big message. Tovar, I've just read the entire chat log between you and my daughter, Georgina. I need you to read every word of this message carefully, because what I saw was disturbing, inappropriate, and possibly illegal. You are an adult. My daughter is 16 years old. The fact alone should have set off every alarm bell in your head. And yet, after she explicitly told you her age, you continue to engage with her in an emotionally charged and deeply personal conversation. One that placed your pain and your paranoia on her shoulders. That is unacceptable. You interrogated her, accused her of being someone else, then guilted her with your trauma and vague references to nearly dying. She cannot sleep or stop crying because of what you said to her. You accused her of making you almost got your apartment taken away. She has special needs and doesn't understand that your accusations are not true. You told her someone had hurt you, and instead of turning to an adult or a professional for help, you burdened my daughter, a minor, excuse me, with your suffering and your suspicions. You repeatedly asked her to prove who she is, even after she said she was 16. You said, God fucking damn, and then accused her of trying to trick you. That's not how a responsible adult speaks to children. That's manipulation. That's emotional pressure. And when she expressed fear, you didn't de-escalate. You kept going. Then you discussed access to to a server, a so-called Cult of Tovar, and told her she would need to show her face and that donations would get great gifts. Do you understand how widely inappropriate that is? Especially in light of her age, you framed this interaction as you trying to protect your sanity and test something. Let me be clear. You do not get to use a child as a test subject to resolve your own emotional instability or validate your sense of clarity. You do not get to involve a minor in your digital projects or parasocial ecosystem that you've given cultish branding and heresy or hierarchy. You do not get to suggest she should reapply or even ask to see her face. You knew she was a child and you kept talking. If this is your idea of setting boundaries, it is catastrophically inappropriate. She is fucking spot on. I don't know if this is the mom or the dad. I don't know. This is fucking spot on. This is literally what I was saying. And I don't know if this is how fucking Discord works. I've never owned Discord in my entire fucking life. I've never been in a Cult of Tovar fucking Discord. But why do you need someone's ID, someone's picture? Even if she expressed she's 16, why do you need her face? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? What does that do for you? Like, I've never knew someone that is a content creator that had all of these different things that you had to do just to be a fan. Like, I get it. Like, people try to, like, come up with other ways of trying to be connected with your viewers. But how is this the fucking way to do it? It's really fucking weird. It's so weird. It's really bizarre. Like, I've never, like, in my life, have I ever seen anything like this of someone trying to, like, get all this information just to be in a, just to be a part of a group in Discord. It doesn't make any sense. As Georgina's mother, okay, it is her mother, I am telling you to leave her alone. Do not contact her. Do not involve her in any server, Twitch stream, or community you run. Block her from your platforms. Be an adult. Protect children in your spaces, because if you continue engaging with her or any other minors in this fashion, you are not just risking someone else's safety, you are risking your own freedom. I am a social worker, and I see men's files like you go across my desk every single day, and it is rarely ends well. If you do not put effort into changing and healing, and I will not hesitate to take this transcript to the appropriate authorities if I see another step in the wrong direction. This is not a conversation. This is a warning. It's funny because he kind of used this terminology before. Just saying. And it's the last one you'll get. Do not ever speak to my daughter ever again. So this pretty much paints the whole picture here. And the reason why I believe this is because I don't know any 16-year-old or anybody come up with any of this shit. What I see here is a parent doing the right thing and just ending it right there and then. She literally paved the fucking point and just said, this is a warning. Don't ever speak to her again. That's it. And he could have just stopped it right there. But he doesn't. He doesn't stop there. In fact, he continues to go on. Oh, I thought I had it playing. So obviously he was going to see this video. Obviously he was going to see that this posted. So in the description, they said, I am concerned that he has sexually taken advantage of an unknown minor named Lucy, based on the messages this man has exchanged with my daughter. Which, like, again, which is what I was saying because of the things he was saying. I mean, if you think about it, literally, like, so he commented and saying, I am reporting all of this harassment. This kind of posting is illegal. First off, nothing of this is fucking illegal. It's a free country. They can post wherever the fuck they want. And literally nothing about this was illegal. So then the YouTuber or the parents, you know, they said these messages are full and unredacted. There is nothing deceitful. You said these horrible things to my child and then to me. Any person has the right to put warning out at any time for their perceived threat of harm. You are a threat to children in the online space. I think they meant to say you had the option to accept responsibility. I gave you the option for this to stay private, and you instead said everything was my fault and harassed me and sent your followers to my Facebook page. When I remedied this situation in less than 5 hours of its occurring and protected my daughter, I am not a bad parent. You are a bad person. And so the next thing he replies, and this is where... And then this is where his craziness starts, right? This is where it gets bizarre. He said, I know that you're pretending to be your own mother because you are a minor trying to actively harass me with your friend Rainbow Frogger. I have no idea who Rainbow Frogger is. But again, you can't get in the Discord. Now, I don't know if this is because you have to be invited, but I feel like it would show you the invite. I feel like it would show you the invite and you would be able to get in. But maybe you have to be invited. Again, I don't know how Discord works. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. But like, if you can't get on, if I can't get on here, then how would you? You guys probably know. I don't. If you were a mother, you would not be allowing your child to be acting like this online, and it is obvious that you and Rainbow Frogger are both making alt accounts just to mess with me. I have already filed a legal report against Rainbow Frogger and her associates. If you are a mother, you better make sure that your child's internet activity is legal and wouldn't deem you as an unfit parent. Like, what even is this? Because, like, you can tell that he's deranged because the shit he says just doesn't make sense. Because in the video they're showing, all that happened was that they were just telling him to stop. Leave them alone. Just stop. That was literally all that was shown. They posted three parts of this, but I will get to that in a second. I want to finish this comment here. Otherwise, Child Protective Services will be contacted. I told you and Rainbow Frogger if this harassment continued, legal action would be taken. Now it is. I have linked everything in the report, so they will be tracking everything down. I don't know who you even are that people are coming to your Facebook. Maybe you can show proof of that. Maybe make a video of yourself, the mother, actually speaking instead of doing exactly what Rainbow Frogger is doing. I'm not fucking stupid. You both will learn your lesson soon enough that the internet is not a place you can just do whatever you want and be horrible people actively trying to ruin people's lives. And how would they be ruining your life? Is it because you did something bad to this Lucy? What would they have to ruin your life for? Like, seriously, if you have the proof, show the proof. And speaking of that, this post was literally 8 months ago. Was 8 months ago, but when you go on his channel, he hasn't posted something for 3 years. So, like, but again, not many people have seen this video. And I'm bringing this to light. And the reason why I'm bringing this to light is because this made my blood boil. But I will tell you more of my thoughts after I'm done reading all this. I don't want to lose sight. I don't want to lose track here. That's when laws are being actually broken. You specifically have gotten my personal info and sent law enforcement to my residence. False reports is a federal crime. I advise you to stop while you're ahead before you pile more evidence for my case. What are you on about? Like, clearly if the law enforcement was sent, they would see here that a parent was literally concerned for their child and they were just doing what they can to protect them. If they actually called the cops. I have no clue. Again, he has shown nothing to prove his innocence and he hasn't shown anything. But again, this video hasn't really been shown. So here's the second part, and he does this. I didn't mean to do that. To be honest, you as a parent should be making sure your daughter isn't online calling random adults big brother and whatnot. But the crazy thing about him saying that is he was accepting it. He was accepting that she was calling him that. He didn't say, don't call me that. He never tried to stop her from doing that. He let her do that. He let her do that. I was trying to figure out if they were. I was talking about giveaways like video game codes and everything. I was protecting myself from being tricked by another woman that threats adults. I don't know what he said here. You want to talk about being an adult? Be a parent. I will not hesitate to take this transcript to the authorities. Take it to the authorities. What the fuck? Like, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? They're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, it sounds like they're just trying to be a freaking parent. Leave them alone. What, like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You'd be putting yourself in a shitty situation. Maybe it was the parents that fucking called the cops on him. He's just being an idiot. Like, this is what I mean. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying. He just says these things, and he doesn't even think before he opens his mouth. Because when you go to my last videos, literally every comment he has said had nothing to do with my Mortal Kombat Mythologies videos. He was going on about some random crap that literally nobody would understand. Nobody would understand what he's talking about because it made no sense. Because before he was going on about Dr. Disrespect and me cheating on my wife if I had one or something like that. Literally, like he does not know what he's saying. And I believe, and this is where I believe he really is a deranged adult. I was making sure she was not there to mess with me in a time of fragile emotions. No matter what, read every word. Your daughter is the one that is acting strange. Jesus Christ. Maybe you should monitor your child's internet access more. I was doing exactly that, but nice try. I know who you really are. I will not horrible people like you try to fuck with me. There was a reason I rejected them to join. I am making sure nobody like your daughter act that way. First off, she was monitoring. That's why she literally texted you this fucking message. Like, you're an idiot. I do check all my daughter's activity. That's how I knew how badly you treated her. Given your unrepentant and disgusting reply, I am making a report. When I didn't know her, she's dropping her real name and I don't even remember her. Honestly, I think I'm going to report your daughter's accounts for her interaction. I have PTSD from your daughter acting like who doxed my grandmother's home after I had moved out. After she forced herself on me, saying she was one age and then suicide baiting whenever I tried to keep blocking her. And recently I had that same person contact me on my Twitch again recently. Sorry, I did in fact check to make sure that same unmonitored child is not actively trying to harass me, because as a parent that would also be really bad. But like, literally, you can look at the last chats. She wasn't even harassing him. She wasn't even harassing him. She was literally like having a completely normal conversation. Like, it was literally just a normal conversation. And he freaked out because he thought it was Lucy, which again, clearly was underage, and he had a bad experience with her. Probably because he did something he wasn't supposed to. Like, there's so many signs here, I don't know how else to show it. No matter your threats, you have no right to try to fuck with me when I was trying to protect myself from things that would break me in a fragile moment. Teach her that use the term brother and family should be able to remember a name. So please leave me alone. My grandmother had to go to the hospital because of the heart attack she had when she was doxxed. I understand your concern as a parent, but honestly, a real parent would have taken away the electronic, not continue to ignore your daughter. Filled out a specific section when I don't know who she is, as if I was family as a brother, something that a person did on alts. I don't know if that he was trying to say adults. I don't know what the fuck that means. So honestly, all evidence says I'm right to report the accounts for doing this illegal shit. Illegal is what he actually said, but I'm just going to correct him. So he's literally like backpedaling and he's being like, well, if you're the parent, you should have taken the thing away. Even though that's literally what they did. They literally texted you and was like, leave my daughter alone. And obviously, like, just leave her alone. That was it. And clearly you could see here that they were blocked afterwards. Like, they did block him. They weren't trying to keep this going. He literally sent them all of these messages. He was, like, actively just harassing them. It's funny how he accuses this random fan of harassment when he is literally doing the harassing. Literally almost the same thing he did to me, just sending all these freaking messages and just not stopping. Literally not stopping. But obviously, in this situation, it's a lot worse than what I went through. And again, I don't know what he thinks is illegal here, but like he literally clearly doesn't know how that works, obviously, because so far most of the evidence points to him. It all points to him. Like, I can't imagine a cop or law enforcement seeing this and being like, yeah, he's right. No, they would see that and be like, well, it just looks like they just want you to leave them alone. So just do that. You're not how to catch a predator when you're an actual child, especially when it is on body cam that I explained and they agreed these are dumb kinds of internet trying to ruin lives. So where's the body cam footage? Like, again, like, he goes on to talk about, like, how these cops came and how this whole thing is happening to him, but he hasn't posted anything about it. He hasn't posted anything about it. You'd think with something like this out there, and again, I know, like, this doesn't have that many views, but you think with something like this, you would try your best to defend yourself. But when he doesn't post evidence or anything like that, it makes him look bad. And it makes it look like, yes, he is the aggressor. So please, if you're a real parent, maybe take the time to be one instead of letting strangers online be for you. What's your daughter going to label the next famous streamer? And this is what's so crazy. He literally goes on here to say he's a famous streamer. Like, he's literally been in the game and he knows what it's like. And like, literally, when you go on his Twitch though, he only has 3.7 followers and he barely posts on there. When you go on his YouTube channel, he has around 300 subscribers. So to label yourself as a famous YouTuber, like trying to be destroyed, man, like, come on. I'm not even famous. I'm close to 1,000 subs, but that doesn't even make me famous. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, screenshot I saved just in case matches up. Nice try, Lucy associate. I will be contacting the authorities myself, and I have them come here. I will show them every single time I saved. He says he had the law enforcement come there, but then in the comment he said that they had them come to him. So like which is it? So yeah, if authorities come, they will trace the call back and go after you and look at your computer and its files. I really do hope karma comes for you and associate children. Like, again, I don't even think he knows how this works. Because why would the cops go out of their way to go to their computer or their freaking computer files when they would see these chat logs and they would think the exact opposite? Like, It makes no sense, dude. And by the way, I do have things in place to keep any minor safe from harm. The only ones that jeopardize their safety is their parents. That is so fucked up, man. Honestly, if you don't trust your child to talk to adults or have their camera on or threaten anybody who tries to set boundaries. What the fuck, dude? Like, what? This makes my fucking blood boil. Like, what does that even mean? What the fuck do you mean by this? If you don't trust your child to talk to adults or have their camera on, in what way does that make sense? Literally only a predator would say that. Literally, like, a person like that would say the exact same shit. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, this just makes him look even worse. Like, it is really fucked the way he said that. It literally makes no sense, and it is idiotic. It's so stupid. It literally, like, it boils my blood just reading that. Filling out an application like that, Knight, I hope these repeated actions are met with proper consequences. No matter what, I am not at fault. And the person obviously goes back up and they just, like, literally just shows that literally that's not what she was doing at all. Like, literally just showing proof of everything that he said that she did do, but clearly she didn't. Because you can see right here, because the screenshot he showed earlier didn't show the whole thing. Like, she was talking about, like, because I guess you have to, like, answer these questions to, like, because this is the application to get in the stupid fucking Discord. Clearly, like, and, like, you can see here, like, clearly she was trying to see why he wasn't streaming. Because, again, he does not stream that often. Like, he streams like once in a while and just doesn't he just doesn't stream a lot. So yeah, so here are my thoughts. I believe this 100% for many reasons. Like I said, literally, like, especially with the comments that he has said, in part 1, the comments he had posted, it is literally just, like, literally everything in these text messages and everything in the comment section is literally the same way he acted when he commented on my videos. But this is worse. Like, I read the shit when I was working, and it just made my freaking blood boil. I was doing my research on him some more because I was curious, because, I made that video about him and I was like, let me just take a day to really know him. And then this shit popped up. So again, this could be like, this could be Lucy. Let's say it is Lucy. Let's say it is Lucy. What makes you... if it was actually Lucy, why in the fuck would you say things like, if you don't trust your child to talk to adults or have their cameras on or threaten anybody who tries to set boundaries? Like, who says that? And why would you... and clearly he wasn't sure at the beginning, because he goes on about, like, needing an ID and needing to see someone's face. And if it was Lucy, why would they tell you to leave them alone? Like I said, I clearly believe this 100%, because literally everything he says in the text messages, and then he comments, like, this is the worst thing anybody could have done when they're getting accused. You comment on the freaking video that you're being accused of, But not only that, you don't even show any evidence on your channel disregarding any of these facts. Nothing was said. Nothing on his Instagram, nothing on his Twitch, nothing on his YouTube, nothing even on his Twitter, because literally the last post was February 9th. But after that, it's literally like the post after that is from August 2021. Like, clearly he is not thinking straight, and you can tell he is a very deranged person just from the way he speaks, and the shit that comes out of his mouth just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because he goes on about like how the authorities would go after them. No, they would go after you if you're literally the one trying to get photos of a minor. She clearly stated she was a minor. You don't need their ID. You don't need their photo. If they're a fan, they should be able to just be a fan and just watch your shit. You should be able to just join the cult of Tovar without needing that stuff. Because if they explicitly say, yeah, I'm 16, why would you do that? But why would you need an ID anyways? They said they're underage. So like what? Because like you can tell like he obviously didn't, like you can tell later on in the first part, he obviously started to think it doesn't seem like her. Which is what the person was trying to say. But for some reason, he kept believing that these people was this girl named Lucy. Like, clearly, like, this little girl was confused and scared, and he just, like, because, like, he was saying things that literally a child doesn't understand. And I know, 16 years old, you could, but, like, if she's autistic, how would they know? Seriously. Even I'm autistic, and I know it doesn't seem like it, but, like, even I wouldn't have known at that age how to react to that, like, you know? Like, and there's so much hinting that Lucy was underage and that something happened, because he says right here, last time you were in my chat, you said you were going to be 18 soon. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what happened? Like, I would like to know, because if he's out here and he's done shit to people that are underage that, you know, people don't know about, I wouldn't want anybody like this on a fucking platform or Discord to be like this. There's so many signs here that are pointing to that. It's insane. And by the way, I just want to point another thing out. Like, the way he goes about so much of his problems, he literally does not know how to act like an adult. He does not know how to properly take care of things, because literally the best way to take care of something like this is to shut your fucking mouth, get some evidence going, and then post about it. But literally 70% of the time, if someone did something bad, they're either going to admit it, or they'll lie, or their lie didn't work, and then they're just screwed. Obviously, that shit happens. But, like, the way he goes about things is very unprofessional. I mean, literally all of it's there. The way he commented on my videos, the way he's been talking to the little girl, the way he's been talking about Lucy. Like, literally all these signs point to him being unprofessional and inappropriate. And I just like to mention on his webpage, I don't even know how he's partnered, affiliated, or sponsored by fucking Splitgate. Literally, I would never have seen that coming. Splitgate. How can you be partnered with somebody that acts like this? How can you be sponsoring somebody that literally does this shit, and that clearly is showing signs of him interacting with children that are underage. Like, the evidence is here. I'm surprised these videos haven't been, like, biting him in the back. Because I mean, sure, he doesn't have that many YouTubers. But, like, his Twitch viewership is a lot more. Has a lot more followers. I would have thought maybe somebody would have seen this. But I don't, like, which is why it makes me believe that these were the actual parents that did post this. Because when you go on their page and you try to go on their videos, literally they don't have, you can see that they don't have any tags. They don't have anything. So how would anybody be able to see this? I think they're just trying to, I really do believe that these are the parents. I get it. I get like the logo and stuff kind of looks a bit suspicious. But literally when you look at the chat logs, that is real. That is 100% real. I mean, the evidence is there. You go on his Twitch, the Discord name is right there. The Cult of Tovar, everything points to it. Like, literally, there's just so much evidence here. It has to be real. Like, there's no way it's not fucking real. The reason why I'm here talking about this is because, literally, like, I don't understand how someone like this on these platforms can be on here. And it's probably because he's not really a big YouTuber, or he's like, but he does have a considerable amount of viewers. And obviously he has directed the attention of underage children. Again, the evidence points to that because of this girl named Lucy, clearly is underage, and told him that she was going to be 18 soon. Literally, all of that tells me is that he tried to have a relationship with this Lucy. Again, he hasn't literally said anything to try to prove this wrong. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't posted anything. He's aware these videos are here. I don't understand how he didn't think that someone else like me was going to see this and thought, yeah, I mean, this isn't really anything. No, this to me is a big deal. And I wanted to shine light on this is because this is clearly someone who is deranged. He has gone on my channel personally and has harassed me and even harassed some of my viewers. You can see it in my video when I posted it. Literally, this is someone who is very deranged. And again, like, okay, his grandmother passed away. I can see that. But how the fuck does that excuse anything else that is shown here? Like, seriously, like, I don't understand anybody who is saying that would say half the shit that he says, because most of it just doesn't make any sense at all. And I literally just, again, this is someone who is sponsored and partnered with somebody with Splitgate and whatever Leap is. I don't know what the fuck Leap is. But seriously, how does someone like this, who clearly is unhinged, who doesn't even post anymore, go on to people's channels? He could have been on other people's channels and harassed them too. I can see it. He went on mine. How can you be associated with somebody like this? Like, I don't understand. It's wrong. It's fucked up. Like, clearly he had some relation with somebody named Lucy, and I want to know if this is real or not. Of course I want to know, because this is, it looks really bad. It looks really bad. And it had my blood fuming, man, especially with that last thing he said on the third one. Literally, if you want to see for yourself, just go on this channel, literally read all of these from start to finish, like I read to you, and you tell me if you think it's fake or not. I think it is 100% real because of the way he has talked to me, the people around him, the obviously in the videos, that is obviously him. And he even posted a month ago, a month later after it posted. Are we also supposed to ignore that this is a fresh account with no other servers or other DMs? This is obviously this is an obvious troll. But again, if they're actually parents, how would they know how to do that shit? These people probably don't even know how half the fucking technology works. Again, like I said, I believe this is 100% real. There's so much that points to his direction. And again, I can't get to the Discord. Maybe you guys would know how. I don't know how Discord works. But again, it is obviously his... It obviously is his account. It's right here in his Twitch. It's obviously his. So yeah, I just thought I'd give my opinion on this, and just I wanted to show you guys this because I think it needs to be. I think it needs more attention. I think this needs to be brought up more because clearly this is someone that is unhinged and deranged and needs help, because this is insane. Like, and again, this really could have been Lucy posting about it. Even so, how does any of that make it better with the stuff he's been saying? So that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys this, and I wanted your guys' opinion. Like, honestly, I believe this is 100% accurate. I mean, literally, there's just so much that points to it that makes it so obvious, especially with him commenting on the video itself. I think that right there just says it all. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope this shines light on this whole thing, because I think this is... I don't like this at all. I don't like this. And if any of this is actually true, then he is a piece of shit. And I don't fucking like him. And I will never see eye to eye with someone like this. I never will. I will... Somebody like this should not be on a fucking platform if he is obviously opposing dangers to fucking minors. I do not like that at all, and it pisses me off. I don't like it. I really don't. I could have posted like a good video today, which I thought about editing, but I couldn't. I needed to talk about this because literally this is terrible. It's awful, and it needs more attention. And it needs more attention. I just don't see something like this just being let go so easily. This obviously was 9 months ago, but I don't like it. I don't. I really don't. So, yeah. See ya.